Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Arnold, and tonight I'm going to be answering questions around channeling myths, questions that people have about channeling. So if you're interested in channeling, we do offer courses on how to channel, and I will put our website link in the description below. So I'm going to get started, and I've written down the questions. So some of these were emailed to me, some of them have been in the YouTube comments, and some are just common myths that I get asked once in a while. So I thought I would do a whole video on this topic. So the first question I'm going to start with is, can anyone learn how to channel, or do you need to have a special gift or have connected to spirit guides or with spirit guides as a child? And the answer is, you do not have to have a childhood experience where you were intuitive or channeled spirit guides or heard them or saw them. Everyone, as we are awakening, we are naturally connecting our consciousness with the consciousness of all, and all the answers are already out there. All of our intuitive abilities naturally expand and open up, realizing that we are all energy. So we are, as we awaken and we expand our consciousness, that consciousness connects with the consciousness of everything, all the answers out in the universe, and you can pull those answers in. So everyone who is awakening, their natural ability to have intuitive abilities or psychic abilities, it just opens up and unfolds. Now you can decide if you want to have those, or when you want to see information coming in, or when you don't. It's always up to you, but naturally we'll all unfold into remembering that we are everything and that we're all one consciousness. And if we are everything, then we already know the answer to everything. So everyone can channel, and it's just removing blocks to channeling, because our ego doesn't want us to speak from our heart. Our ego wants us to continue channeling the ego consciousness, which is what we're born into, and which all of us have no problem channeling the ego consciousness. We do it quite naturally when we're in a third dimension reality. Now, for those of you that are awakening to a 5-dimension reality, and that you want to learn to channel, your intuitive abilities will open up whether or not you want them to, but you can decide whether you want to see it, want the information coming in, or when you don't want it coming in. So it's always up to you. Everyone can channel. It is our natural state of being, and it's whether we're going to be channeling the ego consciousness, or we're going to step into a heart-centered consciousness and channel from the heart instead of the head. So basically, all of us are channeling at all times. It's just, are we channeling the ego, or are we channeling from the heart, from the 5th dimension or 3rd dimension? So yeah, we're all channeling at all times. So what type of entities is the second question. What type of entities can be channeled? Any type of entities can be channeled. It depends on where you're vibrating at. So you can only channel from where you're vibrating at. Meaning, if you have fear, you're going to channel fear-based energies or entities. That means you're channeling the ego consciousness, because fear resides in the ego consciousness. So if you're channeling fear-based entities, or seeing spirits that are fear-based, it means that you're channeling the ego consciousness, because you've tapped in to a frequency of fear, and that fear's expanded, and you've pulled in frequencies of fear to match that in energy. So you're pulling in entities that are fear-based. Now, if you want to channel divine light entities, you raise your vibration, let go of all the fears, be in the now moment, and you'll channel in divine love, universal love, source energy, or, ascended masters, angels, whichever you prefer to channel. It's always up to you. It's your reality. It's not spirit. So if you expand your consciousness to the point of a high vibration of love, then you'll channel love. So if you are vibrating in fear, you'll channel fear. If you're vibrating in love, you'll channel love. Love from a 5th dimension perspective, I mean, not an ego love, but a heart-centered, in the now moment, 5th dimension, heart-centered consciousness, then you'll channel that. So if you let go of all your fears and state that you're only going to channel in love and expand your consciousness to that vibration, then that's all you'll channel. So you can basically channel any type of entity. We're all multidimensional, so you can tap into different timelines in a third dimension reality and channel that if you'd like. We do it naturally when we have a memory. We're tapping into our childhood and channeling in information from a third dimension reality from 20 years ago. So it's easy for us to move from timelines and channel in different energies. You can channel somebody who is alive or somebody who's crossed over. If they've crossed over, are you channeling them from the light when they crossed over into the light? Or are you tapping into a third dimension reality from a timeline when they were alive and channeling their energy from there? So this is what it is. It's based on where you're vibrating at and what you choose to channel at the time. So if you're going to connect with a loved one who crossed over, I recommend saying that when I connect with them, I'm going to connect with the timeline of them being in a divine light, not in a third dimension reality timeline. So you want to connect with those loved ones who crossed over into the light, not in their ego consciousness, or else you'll end up channeling them from the ego and they'll give you ego answers. So if you want to connect with them from God source energy, then you tap into that frequency of when they crossed over to the light. But yes, you can channel any energies, any entities. You can connect with star systems. You can connect with angels or light beings, anything you want. So yes, you can channel any types of entities. Okay, and the next question, how can I tell if a channeler is genuine or fraud? That is a great question, and I do have a video on that. How can you tell if someone's channeling their truth? And I will put that link in the description below, but I'll just touch on it a little bit. You can tell because what resonates with you will tell you what your own truth is. So if you're listening to a channeler and it doesn't resonate with you, it's feeling off, and then you know that it's not your truth. So what you're looking for in a fraud or in someone who's making it up is, does this resonate with me? Because if it resonates with you, that's where you're vibrating at too. And so that's your truth in that now moment. Now, if you're awakening and you've expanded your consciousness and you're listening to a channeler and it doesn't resonate with you, it means you've either expanded past where that channeler is channeling from. So meaning you're tapped into more information from the divine consciousness or more awareness. It's not intellectual. It's not intelligence. It's awareness. So you've expanded your awareness or your consciousness past where they can channel at, and it's not going to resonate with you because your spirit's trying to tell you that to go in and seek your own truth, that you're not to listen to this person because you've expanded past them. Or you have not yet reached where they're channeling at and it doesn't make sense to you. So if there's a channeler and it doesn't make sense to you, it's because you haven't expanded your consciousness to where their vibration is. If it doesn't resonate with you and it's kind of like doesn't feel right, something feels wrong, it's not resonating, then you've expanded past them. And so you can begin to find out what your own truth is, because it doesn't matter whether somebody's a fraud or not. That what matters is the universe is trying to get you to realize what your own truth is, because everyone's truth is different and everyone's truth is based on where they're vibrating at, how much conscious expansion they've had, how aware they are. And so there's not anything that's good, bad, right, or wrong. It's not bad to have a fraud. It's just, are you going to believe it? Is it going to resonate with you? Are you going to take that information on as your own? Or are you going to go into your intuition and say, that doesn't resonate with me, so I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to take that information with me, and I'm not going to believe it. And because I'm standing in my truth, and that doesn't feel right. So just always go by your own intuition when you're trying to figure out whether somebody's a fraud or whether they are real. Check in, because your knowing is your truth, and your knowing is what is your spirit wants you to follow. Okay, so the next question, that was a great question. Is channeling dangerous? No, we are all energy. So what would we have to be afraid of? We are everything. Everything's connected. For all of you who are awakening, you are recognizing that everything's connected. Everything's one energy. So if everything's one energy, how could it be dangerous? How can you be afraid of what you already are? So if you are fear-based and full of fear, you're going to channel in something that appears to be fearful, but it's not dangerous unless you have a belief that it's dangerous. So if you believe something's dangerous, you're going to create some danger in your reality based on your perception of what danger is to you. So no, channeling is not dangerous. You can change the frequency. It's your reality. It's not spirit's reality. It's your reality. So if you have something that you consider dangerous, because I'm not sure what they mean by that question, but I'm assuming that the person that asked that question, if it's dangerous, they mean like, can a spirit harm me? A spirit can only harm you if you create that in your reality, because it's your reality, it's not spirit's. So if you have a fear-based energy within you that is terrified of a spirit hurting you physically, then you're going to create that in your reality with your energy that you're projecting in front of you, and it's reflecting back to you. So everything's like a hologram, and you project that fear out, and then you'll create a situation in your reality to reflect that back to you and cause harm to yourself from that energy. So basically, it's all up to you. If you want to create something dangerous in your reality, you're going to create it. But it's not spirit's reality, it's yours. So you have the power to change it. If you don't want to connect with any lower entities, then you won't connect with any lower entities because you're not afraid. You can only create that in your reality based on your fears. So you're vibrating in danger, then that's a third dimension reality. That's an ego consciousness, and you're channeling the ego, and you're going to create something that's fear-based and that's dangerous to you. But it's not real, because what is real is that your consciousness, your source energy, your God energy. So if you don't want anything of that nature in your reality, just step into the now moment, expand your consciousness, be in a high vibration of love, and that's all that will come into your reality. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. No, it's not dangerous to channel. How can I protect myself while channeling or receiving a channeling? That goes with the last question. You are all energy, so you don't really need to protect yourself from anything. All you need to do is state what you're allowing in your reality. So meaning to expand your consciousness out, get grounded, and state that no one is allowed to attach any energies to you, and that you don't attach any energies to them, but without putting fear into it. So you don't need a bubble of protection, because you are all energy. Instead, fully integrate your spiritual body into your human body, and then expand that out. That's just a visualization. You just pull it in and say, it's safe to be for my spiritual body to be in my human body. Expand that energy out, and now you have your full essence. And then state what you want to see and when you want to see it. I don't want anyone attaching any energies to me when I go in the grocery store, so I'll state that. I do not allow energies into my energy field. I'm very firm and set boundaries. So set boundaries. That's how you can, what was the question now? How can I protect myself with channeling or receiving a channeling? Just state what you are allowing in your reality is the answer. Okay, so what is the difference between consciously channeling and trance channeling? So consciously channeling, it's got my eyes open, I'm receiving messages, they're coming in slower. When I go into trance, then they come in faster and more precise. So for me, the only difference between conscious channeling and trance channeling is it's faster and more precise. So for both conscious channeling and trance channeling, the universe brings in light language and your brain translates it from light language into English. And then you receive messages with your 5 senses. So you might see something in your third eye, you might hear something, you might smell things, taste things, and it's putting all the messages together, or all the symbols together to make up the message. So when I go into trance, I'm still conscious while I'm deep in trance. So I'm a conscious trance channel, meaning that I can go deep into trance and still be fully conscious. There's 2 aspects of me. One aspect of my spiritual body is having a conversation with the spirit guides as I'm trance channeling. And then there's another aspect of me that's doing the translation. So the spirit guides bring in the light language. My brain translates it into English based on my vocabulary. The brain will grab the words to match their light language. I enjoy trance channeling more than consciously channeling because it comes in so fast and more precise, and it's like building a puzzle. So it's like more fun for my spirit. But basically there's not much difference between conscious channeling and trance channeling. Now, the deepest I go into trance is, it's like I can still tell what's going on around me. I might be daydreaming, so I might not pick up on everything that's being said, but I will never lose consciousness. So for those of you who are wanting to learn how to trance channel, it's a conscious trance channeling, because our spirit wants to be part of the process. So you will never lose consciousness. The spirit can't fully overtake your body. They don't come in your body. They just blend their energies in your energy field. And, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I forget where I was on the question. So what is the difference between conscious trance channeling and trance channeling? So that's the difference between the 2. So one comes in more faster and precise, and one comes in slower, and your eyes are open. Although there are some people that can trance channel with their eyes open. I just don't do that. So the next question is, are spirits always helpful and truthful? And I answered that a few questions back. It depends on where you're vibrating at, where you're channeling from. If you're channeling in 3rd dimension vibration, you're going to channel not truth. You're going to channel fear-based energy, and you're going to not get a truth from the heart. You're not going to get a truth, and you'll know that it's not the truth because there's going to be fear behind it. There's going to be judgment behind it. If you channel a heart-centered consciousness, then there is no judgment. The spirit guides don't judge. If you murder someone, they don't judge that. There's no judgment from them. They just see you in consciousness, in love. And so they don't judge you, and they don't use fear-based terminology, and they don't attack. So that's how you'll know the difference. Can channeling help me connect with my spirit guides and angels? Yes, definitely. You can connect with anyone that resonates with you in the spirit world, anyone that you feel comfortable with. So yes, definitely, channeling can help you connect with any spirit that you want to channel. So some people choose to channel God, source energy, the universal energy without an identity. And then some people like to have friends. So they'll channel spirit guides or angels, something with an identity, something with a personality, because they enjoy hanging out with people. So I enjoy channeling Ascended Master Saint Germain, the Ascended Masters, because I enjoy their personalities. But sometimes I will just channel God energy without an identity, without a personality, but it's all coming from the same divine love. So the answers are similar. It's just I feel them differently. Okay, the next question. Can channeling provide me with insights into my past lifetimes or karmic patterns? Yes, definitely. It can provide you with insights into your past lifetimes because you can channel your past lifetimes. They're all happening now. So it's like now stacked moments. So in my channeling course, my masterclass, I do teach how to channel your past lifetimes as well. And how can I develop my own channeling abilities? You can take our courses if you would like, or you can look up on the internet on how to channel. There's lots of information on the internet. There's lots of videos on YouTube on how to tap into your intuitive abilities. Yeah, so there's lots of resources out there to find those answers. And are the spirit guides always available? Yes, 100%. Anytime you say their name, they come, because it's your reality. It's not spirits. So if I'm channeling Ascended Master Saint Germain and there's 1,000 other people channeling him at the same time, he can be anywhere because time doesn't exist. It's like, from spirit's point of view, there's no linear time. So they can be anywhere at the same time, all at the same time. As soon as you call them in, they're there. Like, there's no wait. There's no wait. It instantly comes in. So, yeah. So the next question, can you lose control and spirit take over when you are channeling? No, it is your reality. It's not spirits. They cannot overtake your body. They do not come into your body. They blend their energies into your auric field. You're always in charge. It's not possible for them to overtake your body. So just let go of all the fears, step into your now moment. When you're in the now moment, you're in a 5th dimension reality, and you can channel from there. So I hope this helped. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.